Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
ஞானமூலம் குருர்மூர்த்தி பூஜாமூலம் குருர்பதம் ஞானமூலம் குருர்மூர்த்தி பூஜாமூலம் குருர்பதம் மந்திரமூலம் குருர்வாக்யம் மோக்ஷமூலம் குருர்கிருபா
காத்தருளவே கையிலையில் தரும் நித்யனின் தரிசனம் தன்னை தானறியவே இவை அசைவினில் தீட்சை தரும் தரிசனம் மறைப்பொருளாயிருந்து திரை விலகி திருவடி தொழும் தரிசனம் பீரை சூடிய சடை நாதனின் திருவுரு தரிசனமே மறைப்பொருளாயிருந்து திரை விலகி திருவடி தொழும் தரிசனம் பீரை சூடிய சடை நாதனின் திருவுரு தரிசனமே அவள் வேண்டி வேண்டி திரளான கூட்டமுமை தேடி வரும் அல்லவா மறை நான்கின் பொருள் உணர்ந்த நாளும் கண்டருள கையிலை உதித்ததல்லவா பொருளெல்லாம் தேடி உலகெல்லாம் ஓடி உடையனுள் உணர்ந்தல்லவா பொருளெல்லாம் தேடி உலகெல்லாம் ஓடி உடையனுள் உணர்ந்தல்லவா உலகை காத்தருளவே கையிலையில் தரும் நித்யன் தரிசனம் தன்னை தான் அறியவே இமை அசைவிடு தீட்சை தரும் தரிசனம் கரைகளும் முன்திரு கைகள் தந்ததே இரவும் பகலுமே ஒன்றிரு கண்ணில் அசையுதே நாங்கள் என்ன கோள்கள் என்ன உம்மை பற்றிட இரண்டு புவனங்களும் உம்மை சுற்றிட பொருளும் அருளும் தர மனதின் இருள் விலக பரமசிவ தரிசனம் மாயை வென்றுவிட ஞானம் பெற்றுவிட மோட்சம் தரும் தரிசனம் பல சித்த புருஷர்களின் ஞானியோ
ஓம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வர பரமசிவ சமாரம்பாம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி பராசக்தி மத்யமாம் अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Sri Mahants, Mahants, Tanidar Kotari, visitors, viewers, sitting with us all over the world. I welcome all the ministers, ambassadors, diplomats, e-diplomats, citizens and consulate generals and supporters of Kailasa. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Listen. Karma is not something which you committed or omitted. It is not the dosha which comes due to something which you committed or omitted. It is the blind spots, unattended blind spots, or deluded understandings about the dharma, the software based on which you function, the source code of the software based on which you function. Blind spots about that software, delusions about that software's result is karma. Listen, I'll repeat. People plan and work for poverty, but blame poverty on karma. Hey, listen. When you postpone what you need to do for money, you are doing what is needed for poverty. Understand? When you are postponing what needs to be done for wealth, you are preponing what is need to be done for poverty. When you don't want to be exposing your blind spots to yourself, when you want to be in delusion, when you are postponing what you need to do for wealth, you are preponing and doing what is needed for poverty. Learn to open your eyes to the software based on which you are functioning. Whether in the individual level towards enlightenment or social level, your survival as the society, group of people, or political level, survival of your political existence, or economical level, survival of your group economically in any level. Understand the source code software. I understood the source code software of myself, my body, how the various organs of my body is coordinated, how they are all inspired, excited, what inspires them, what makes them active, alive, energetic, I have understood that source code. Because of that, even poison could not kill me. When anti-Hindu gang tried to poison me, it only disturbed my health, but it could not kill me. Before that, I woke up and did all the detoxing needed to be done. Now I am not only back with health, I have done anti-aging, the Kayakalpa process. All my knowledge, research, everything I received from my gurus and with my own experience, and when I taught my disciples and from their experience, everything put together. Now the whole Kayakalpa science is ready, tested on my body, and full proof. Listen. When I understood the dharma of my body, how my intra organs and internal organs and external body, physical body, all these are interconnected, coordinated, organized. How all my 5 structures relate with each other. The physical structure, breathing structure, mental structure, cognition structure, conscious structure, how all these 5 structures of me relate with each other. How they either inspire each other or perspire each other. This whole coordination. What is the source code of the software of this happening? This whole thing I understood. Because I understood what is happening inside me, I can understand very clearly what is happening outside me. And I tell you, a person who unclutches and understands his source code, the source code of his internal software, becomes the best person to strategize even for social success, economical success, political success. That is why in those days the Rajagurus, enlightened beings, they formed the foundation of the Hindu think tank on which the Hindu civilization stood. It is actually the enlightened beings and their guidance started reducing. When that started reducing, the Hindu civilization collapsed, not otherwise. Not otherwise. Fundamental education need to be given for a child is the child should discover its dharma, the source code of its software. See, what is the fundamental principles based on which the child has printed its body? What kind of food excites? What kind of routine inspires? What kind of thought current gives fulfillment? What kind of actions and reactions happen in your internal organs? A child should be given this education. I tell you, the greatest gift I received from my gurus is this education. Once I understood the first principle of me, I just know everything. I become Sarvanya. I can know anything. Understand? I am not talking out of arrogance. I am telling you the truth as it is. I can know anything. If there is a crisis in social level or national level or international level, I can look into it and understand the whole plan, how it is going to manifest. Sometimes I'll tell few things and sometimes I won't tell. But if you see the strategies I do for my life and for my Sangha, you can understand I know the crisis which is going to come and how it will open up and what will be the impact of that crisis on national level, international level, everything. If you just know how I act and react, see, especially if you are my devotee for last 10 years, if you are associated with the Sangha at least last 5-6 years, just sit and think through how, what all the kind of decisions I took about myself or about the Kailasa, Sangha, every level. Don't bother about what I conveyed to people or did not convey to people. Many times I won't convey completely because people are not ready to listen. People are not ready to listen, not interested in real solutions. And not only they are deluded, they get angry if their deluded feedback is not taken and considered for my decision making. I have seen fools, in the name of feedback, they try to push their decision on my head. Not only they don't get out of their delusion, they want to sink along with sinking the whole ship. I said, nothing doing. No. If you want to sink, maximum you can sink. That is your freedom. But you have no right to sink the Kailasa, and you can't. I tell you. Krishna says beautifully, if you understand me, you will understand you, and you will understand the whole universe. That is what he means. In the young age itself, my gurus taught me one thing. The source code of the software based on which I am functioning. The first principle based on which I 3D printed myself. Once I know that, I know everything. Listen. If I can produce 10,000 kids like me, consciously, surely I am not going to give physically birth to any kid. I am not talking that. I am talking about consciously reproducing the Guru Parampara. Reproducing the same super consciousness. And 10,000 kids, I know this science can't be destroyed on planet Earth. Planet Earth needs this science. This science is the supreme Raja Vidya and Raja Guhya, royal secret and royal sacred science. If you want joy, fulfillment, success, knowledge, powers, turn towards your consciousness, because that is where all these are generated. Learn the science of the soul, the source code of the software based on which you are functioning, you are operating, you are giving commands, you are generating commands. Unfortunately, Hindus thought by becoming engineer, making a home and a happy family, you achieved the purpose of your life. No. That can be very good, stable base, foundation, but not the ultimate. Stop deluding yourself or stop torturing yourself by constantly generating the commands which brings life negativity, but when the results come, crying victim, playing victim card. You can't prosecute life. Understand? People try to tell me constantly, God is unjust. Hey, you can't prosecute God. If you think God is unjust, you are a fool. You are trying to verbalize your delusion. I have always seen these traitors, criminals. They use this word, oh, my feedback is not taken. Hey, your feedback is thrown back at you. You eat it. In the name of feedback, they try to run the Sangha, make decisions. First of all, these traitors, they don't have straightforward agenda. They may know how to cunningly, cleverly speak, act, and extremely caring, friendly, how they delude people I have seen. They are like drugs. Drugs may give you the feeling of exalted moods, but it will destroy your consciousness once and for all, irreparably. If you are new to my Sangha, to my satsangs, I sincerely request and highly recommend you watch some of my satsangs on unclutching and start practicing unclutching, because when you unclutch, you will know the source code of the software based on which you generate commands in your life. You act in your life. The way you cognize information, the way you respond to life, the way you define what is right and what is bad, what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong, the way you define your purpose, your goal, everything will become clear. I want all the devotees, disciples, meditate on this powerful cognition. Karma is not something you committed or omitted. It is the blind spots, unattended part of you, blind spots of you the conscious blueprint you carry about you, inside you, the unattended parts of that deluded parts of that is karma. Continuously you generate commands to eat this, that, and then when health is completely destroyed, you blame the karma. See my karma, my health is gone. Hey, hey, hey. And people blame God. See God, I went to the temple every day, I worshipped that God, I prayed to this God. See what happened to my health. Listen. Multiple times God appeared in your screen and told you to do Pachapatni Vratam, fasting, Langanam Paramaushadam. If you don't internalize all these great truths and generate commands, go on postpone, then who is responsible? Who is responsible? I tell you, do not allow the parasites sitting in your muscle memory to sign on behalf of you. When they generate commands on behalf of you, they strengthen their existence, not you. This is exactly the traitors have done in my Sangha. When they try to take decisions on my behalf, they strengthen their interest, not the real interest for which Sangha was created. See, I'll give you the signs of parasite. Whenever you go through the intense flood of hormones and chemicals, for example, hunger, or feeling very horny, lusty, or feeling frightened, terrorized, whether you feel lusty, sexually driven, horny, or frightened, terrorized, or hungry, all these three is just flood of hormones and chemicals inside you. Whenever the hormones and chemicals are flooded inside you, the womb, mother component for the parasites to be born, is created. The egg, garbha, for the parasites to be born is created. The good news is you can live without letting the parasites happen in you. But if you decide to dump food the moment you feel hungry, your action is the male component, sperm inserted into that egg. Your actions going with the flow pattern of the hormones and chemicals in you, your actions are male component added to the female component, parasite is born. Your actions are the male component required for the parasite to be born in you. The chemicals and hormones make the womb, egg, female component for parasites. Your deluded actions, going with the flow of the hormones and chemicals, those actions are male component for the parasites to be born. When they both happen, when they both meet, parasites are born in you. Listen, never eat the moment you are hungry. Bring eating to a very clear, conscious flow. I give you the best practice. Eat only once a day. Listen to every line. Eat only once a day. At least within next 6 months, come to this practice. Raise yourself. Eat only once a day. Keep everything you want to eat before the puja. Offer everything to Paramashiva and Guru in the puja. All this as a reason. Because when you eat only once, your whole body will feel the hunger. Even though you are feeling hungry and the food is in front of you, you cannot eat immediately because you have to do the puja. Whole thing has to be offered to Paramashiva. The delayed gratification will happen. So the agitated parasites will not get strengthened by your repeated actions of fulfilling them whenever they trigger you. See, when the parasites are born, they get strengthened by triggering you and making you act on the same pattern. I told one of my daughter, when you are depressed, frustrated, want to break everything around you, just lock yourself and sit. Don't cooperate with that parasite. Don't take decisions or act when the parasites triggers you. Hunger and anger are one and the same. Hunger triggers the parasite, which triggers the pattern of anger. Listen, only once in 24 hours you are going to eat means the whole body will be hungry. Even though the body is hungry, your parasites are triggered, and the parasites are triggering the not just hunger, anger, and the food is there in front, but you can't eat because you have to now do the puja and offer the whole thing to the deity. And finally you have to eat. The whole boiling, triggering of the parasite, the whole thing will happen and settle down. Your eating will not strengthen the patterns your parasites trigger in you. Delayed gratification will kill the parasites and the patterns triggered by the parasite. A person who does delayed gratification lives healthy, long. Lives healthy, long. Because the parasites in him can't trigger patterns in him. I tell you, don't think hunger triggers only the commands to get food and eat. No. The hunger triggers the kind of irritation which is responsible for almost every bad thing happening in the society. I tell you, 99% of the time, people who are fighting are hungry, triggered by hunger pattern. Annadana is the best strategy. I have always seen, whenever the people come to visit me, guess I tell them first, feed them, give them food, then I will meet them. So the meeting will always be pleasant. They will be in the mood to listen to what I am saying. There will be beautiful communication. I am giving you multiple understandings. Let me repeat. I don't feel bad about repeating and boring you. Even if you feel bored, it's okay to listen again and again than to miss the great truths. First thing, listen. The hormones and chemicals, when they are flooded inside the body, they create the womb, egg, female component for parasites to be born, microbes to be born. When you act due to the flooding of the hormones and chemicals, action is like a male component, sperm, to give birth to the parasite. When the flood of the chemicals and hormones and the actions both join, the parasites and microbes are born. And when the parasites sitting inside your muscle memory starts triggering you and you exactly obey, do what the parasites are telling you, that becomes a strong pattern and the parasites get strengthened. Parasites get strengthened. I tell you, life is a beautiful gambling. Either it can make you God or it can just destroy you. It is how you play. Life is neither good nor bad. It's how you play. If you allow the parasites to take decisions for you, be very clear, then you are planning for the success of the parasites, not you. And parasites do not take the responsibility for all the happenings of your life externally. Good, bad, right, wrong. It's only you who need to take the responsibility for the good, bad, right, wrong. It's you who is going to enjoy or suffer, not the parasites which is hiding inside your muscle memory. They just continue to suck you and make you believe parasites and the patterns generated by parasites are you. They literally take over your identity. Understand? When I open my third eye, I burn your parasites, not you. But you always say, oh, Swamiji is so ferocious. Hey, I am ferocious on your parasite, not on you. I love you. When I show my ferociousness, I make a loud statement, I love you. And I am burning your parasite. If you try to burn it on your own, you may take births and births. If you allow me to burn it, I can finish it in few days. I am telling you. Make these simple things. Make one meal a day as a life. That also keep everything ready. The smell, hot food, fresh food. And naturally, all the patterns, parasites, everything will be triggered inside you. You'll be already hungry and the smell of the food, but you can't eat because you have to do the puja now. Once you keep everything ready. The delayed gratification. So after the puja, if you eat, you will eat exactly what you need, how much you need. The whole process of eating will not tire you, it will empower you. I tell you, the most healthiest people who lived for a long time healthily, I have seen in my life, all of them, 100%, whether my grandmother or Kanchi Paramacharya. My grandmother lived 103. Another one grandmother lived 106. My grandfather lived more than 90. And Kanchi Paramacharya lived 100 years. Just, I think, few months less than 100 years. All of them whom I have seen who lived long, all of them had one lifestyle. Less food or no food. Very less eating. They built the body systematically from the young age itself. to live with minimum food, minimum quantity of food. Their food was very subtle, like breathing or liquid. Paramacharya will fast for days continuously. In my family, everyone lived quite a long time. Other than my father, everyone lived such long number of years because all of them had this habit of fasting for Paramashiva. Listen, this is also one of the reasons why there are sculptures about sex before you enter the temple in Khajuraho, or many temples. Almost all temples will have sexually explicit sculpture before you enter the temple. It's like delayed gratification. You have come to the temple. There are multiple reasons. One, that is the way that proper right sex education was preserved and presented to generations in Hindu tradition. And second, you are sexually triggered, but you can't act out. Now you have to go to the temple inside and do puja. Even if you are in a hurry, it will take hours. You have to go to temple and do puja and return the home, come back to the home or where you stay. Only then you can find your husband or wife or partner, whatever. By the time the delayed gratification will happen, your patterns, your parasite cannot become powerful due to your actions. If you listen to my instruction and practice only one meal a day, that also all the food you are supposed to eat, you will keep it ready and start the puja. By the time you start the puja, literally all your parasites will be triggered, microbes will be triggered. They will all be passing commands inside you. Hey, do this, do. And everything will be triggered. But you are silently supposed to sit and do puja. Bhadyam samarpayami. By the time you finish the puja and start eating, all that patterns will settle down and beautifully the delayed gratification will happen. Your eating will not strengthen your parasites, microbes and the patterns triggered by them. If you understand this, you will also understand why the sexually explicit sculptures outside the temple. Because when you see them, you'll be triggered, but you can't act now. You have to go inside the temple and do puja. So the parasite and the patterns triggered by parasites will just melt down. Your action will not strengthen the parasites and the patterns triggered by the parasite. This will empower you. This will empower you. Today, I am going to introduce 4 important words. Understand? There are some universal dharma. For example, yama, like ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya. Non-violence, integrity, celibacy, living with minimalistic things, the minimalistic lifestyle, and non-stealing. These 5 are Sarvabhaumya Vrata, universal virtues. Whether you are a Shaivite, Vaishnavite, Smarta, Tantric, Agori, any Sampradaya you may be, you may have a little different interpretation of these universal values in your Sampradaya, but that value itself is Sarvabhaumya, universal. Same way, Shravana Manana Nidhyasana. See, this yama, ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya, this 5 is popularized by Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, but that does not mean this 5 belongs to only Yoga Sampradaya. This is universal. In Agama also, if you go to Agama, you will see the same yama, maybe with a little different definition, that's all. Different wording, that's all. And you go to Tantra, you will see the same 5 with maybe little different definition, that's all. If you go to Vedanta, you will find the same. Either Vaishnava or Shaiva, Shakta, Gaumara, Ganapatya, Smarta, Agora, Pashubhata, in any tradition if you go, these 5 are like a universal values. Same way, Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, intense listening, cognizing, coming to powerful conclusions and manifesting, living. Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. This template is introduced by Vedanta Sampradaya, but it is universal, which can be applied in all Sampradayas, even in Shaiva tradition. Shravana, listening, coming to the powerful conclusion, Manana, and Nididhyasana, manifesting, is a basic template. Same way, today I am going to introduce 4 words. This is a basic template for the whole Hinduism. All dharma-based traditions. Buddhism, Jainism, all dharma-based traditions, including Buddhism and Jainism. These 4 words, listen carefully. Anavopaya. These 4 are independent methodologies for liberation, enlightenment, or solution for any problem. They both are not, these 4 are not leading one to another. No, independent. Anavopaya, Shaktopaya, Shambhavopaya, Anupaya. These 4 words, listen. Don't think Anavopaya leads to Shaktopaya. No. Shaktopaya leads to Shambhavopaya. No. Anavopaya is different, separate. Independently, it can lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end. Shaktopaya is separate. Independently, it can lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end. Shambhavopaya is separate. It can independently lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end. Anupaya is separate. It can lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end, independently. Now I'll tell you. Anavopaya means, the definition of the Anavopaya I am giving you from Malini Vijaya Tantra. The individual controls his heart and pulse by reducing it significantly. The final stage is renouncing the consumption of food and water. Like physical practices like yoga, Nirahara Samyama, Pachapattini Vratam, even this. Anavopaya means working on your body. The definition of the Anavopaya, I am reading it out from Malini Vijaya Tantra. The individual controls his heart and pulse by reducing it significantly. The final stage is renouncing consumption of food and water. There is a more detailed, elaborate explanations. I'll give you one by one. I'll give you the essence. Listen. Working on your body and achieving the state of Paramashiva space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva, superconsciousness of Paramashiva. Working on your body. Fundamentally, cleaning all the parasites, microbes, and the patterns triggered by the parasites and microbes. This whole science of Anavopaya is all about detoxing yourself from all the parasites. This science of Anavopaya is always most easiest. It can show you the results immediately. I'll give you one example. If you start taking Haritaki powder, Kadka pudi, Haritaki powder, don't think it will only cleanse your intestine and it will only work as a laxative and you will become healthy. It's only a small effect of Haritaki powder. Every night, if you take Haritaki powder, not just it will bring you health, it will remove all the parasites from your muscle memory, intestine. When the parasites are removed, suddenly many of the addictive patterns will lose power over you. Just by Haritaki powder, I have de-addicted so many people from smoking, alcohol, multiple drug addictions. Just by Triphala Churnam, the Triphala, I have de-addicted many people from hunger patterns, anger patterns, the craving for junk food. Craving for junk food is nothing but craving for poison, slow poison. Knowing it is a poison, knowing it will disturb your health, knowing it is going to disturb your health. I'll introduce these 4 words: Anavopaya, Shaktopaya, Shambhavopaya, Anupaya. Because I love to explain elaborately these 4 words in multiple satsangs, because it is one of the fundamental truths of dharmic traditions. I want all of you to know, I stand for all dharmic traditions of Hinduism. Adishaiva, Shakta, Vedanta, Saura, Ganabhatya, Gaumara, Kashmira Shaiva, Pashubhata, Smarta, Bauddha, Jaina. From my experience, I can say there are still 10,000 living streams of Hinduism, living streams of Dharma, Hinduism. There are 10,000 traditions. I am going to revive all 10,000. I stand for all 10,000. I am going to revive all 10,000. These 4 words are fundamental truths. So I will have to give lots of explanation. Today I will introduce them. Anavopaya means the individual controls his heart and pulse by reducing it significantly. The final stage is renouncing consumption of food and water forever. It's like a step-by-step evolving and living in the liberated space, one with Paramashiva. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailas of Paramashiva. People who travel in this path, even their body does not disintegrate after they leave the body. In Thailand, still there is a Buddhist tradition, not just one monk, hundreds of monks in the tradition. Their body doesn't rot, disintegrate, it just stays like Paramahamsa Yogananda's body. I am going to revive that tradition. Many of my Gurukul kids are never going to die. They may just sit in Jiva Samadhi along with me. It will be like my Jiva Samadhi in the center, all of them will be around me, living with me forever, radiating. When people come, they will go around and see, wow, oh, this Jiva Samadhi is this kid who was with Swamiji. from that time. It is like eternal Kailasa. Divya Sariris. I am planning for 10,000 enlightened beings in Jiva Samadhi along with me. 10,000 enlightened beings. Their body will not rot, or it will not go through any of the dead bodies. Disintegration or anything happens to dead body will not happen to their body. Because I can see, listen, even though this anti-Hindu gang is attacking me so much of enemies and traitors I am facing, but still I can see that they announced Pachapatni Vratam, 28 days of no food, fasting with me. We saw thousands of people registering in few hours. Even now, thousands all over the world following this 1 meal day scheme. 1 meal after puja. Thousands are following. Hey, it's not that the people who are following this 1 meal per day are poor or middle class. Hey, they're all not just millionaires. Some of them are even billionaires. Multimillionaires and billionaires. Now I am only 43. Already I am seeing thousands of people practicing this Anavopaya methods along with me. I am going to be in the body, active, healthy, at least next 150 years. More. Not including this 43 already. Because these bloody fellows, the Hindu enemies and Hindu traitors, wasted a lot of my time. And I am a non-violent person. I don't go and attack them. I don't go and fight with them. I don't go and kill them. I don't react to them. I just decide to live longer. Maganangla. சும்மா இருந்திருந்தா 120ஓட நான் பாட்டுக்கு பேக் பண்ணிட்டு போலான்னு தான் பிளான் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன். 126 தான் பிளான் பண்ணேன். வீணா போனா இங்க ஏகப்பட்ட டைமை வேஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டானுங்க. என் பொண்ணு பிள்ளைகளெல்லாம் இப்போ வளர்த்து நான் ஆளாக்கி அதுகளை எல்லாம் அரசிகளாக்கி அரசர்களாக்கி பார்த்து அனுபவிக்க வேணாம். அதான் முடிவு பண்ணிட்டேன். மகனுங்களா, இதுக்கு மேல தொடர்ந்து வம்பு பண்ணீங்கன்னா 1000 வருஷம் ஆக்கிட வேண்டா. வேணாம், வம்பு பண்ணாதீங்க. Anyhow, see, I am a non-violent person. Person with so much of ahimsa. I don't go and attack them back or behave violently, react violently. No, I just decide to live longer, healthy. I can comfortably take Padmasana challenge with anyone in the world. Longest time sitting in Padmasana. I can take a challenge with anyone in the world. Sitting in Padmasana is one of the very important scale to see whether somebody is healthy or not. See, without back support, I don't have any back support. My spine is very straight, sitting on the seat. Without back support, sitting in Padmasana, keeping the Merudanda straight, the backbone, neck and the head in straight line. Keeping the Merudanda in straight. Sitting in Padmasana, I can take a challenge with anyone in the world. The longest number of hours without moving, sitting in Padmasana. Anyone wants to challenge, you can send a message. Not for competition, just to tell this glory of yoga, that's all. Nothing else. I can see the same habit is getting built in my kids. My kids all over the world start building the same habit of Padmasana. Sitting in Padmasana. All over the world I am seeing the success of my teachings. Now itself thousands are practicing this Lankanam, Paramaushadam, fasting is the ultimate medicine. This Anavopaya techniques, methods I am giving, and I am going to be in the body, healthy, living, teaching, spreading my mission at least next 150 years more. So that is why I am very sure I can easily make minimum 10,000 fully enlightened through this Anavopaya, and body will not go through any disintegration even after they leave the body. It will be just Jiva Samadhi. Like Ramanuja in Srirangam. Anybody who has a third eye scanning power, if you go to Srirangam and see that Ramanuja deity and scan, you can see his bones are all inside. It is a body, actual body. It's not carved deity, it's a body. It's traditionally embalmed as per the Hindu tradition. In Hindu tradition, the embalming is done while you are alive. It's not that after you leave the body, they do some process, pull out the internal organs and infuse some. No, no. While you are alive itself, your diet and your pranayama, everything is done properly, such a way that your body is embalmed. So after you leave the body, nobody touches it. Just it becomes deity. I tell you, Ramanuja Swami, Ramanujacharya in Srirangam is just the body used, and Tirumala Tirupati Venkateshwara is the body of Venkateshwara, Srinivasa, the body which he used. He just stood and became a deity. It's the very body he used. It is not stone deity. If you have a third eye body scanning power manifested, if you can scan people and see their body inside, go and stand in front of Venkateshwara and pray to him, request him to show him. You will see clearly, he will show his whole body. Inside that bone and all is there as it is. He just became a deity. Same way the Ramanujacharya in Srirangam, he just became a deity. And in Brindavan, Raghavendra Swamigal is sitting just as a deity inside his Jiva Samadhi. In Nerur, Sadashiva Brahmendra is just sitting as a deity. And Trailinga Swami in Kashi. I can go on giving you the list. So now we have the science. We will revive it. At least 10,000 people will achieve full enlightenment through Anavopaya, through this methodology. so they can sit in Jiva Samadhi around me. That will be the most powerful energy center in the world. Literally Kailasa on planet Earth. The second methodology is Saktopaya. It means the method of the mind. The definition of the Saktopaya from Malini Vijayatantra, Shaktopaya is that upaya which functions by the means of energies. Shaktopaya is also called Jnanopaya because it is the means which originates from Jnana Shakti, the energy of knowledge. It means by holding the powerful cognitions, you manifest the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, and being of Paramashiva, super consciousness of Paramashiva. Shaktopaya. Most of the teachings I do is from Shaktopaya methodology, because I give you the powerful cognition and ask you to hold that powerful cognition and manifest powers. Next is Shambhavopaya. This is the method of consciousness. The definition of Shambhavopaya from Malini Vijayatantra is the one who preserves thoughtlessness. Unclutching is Shambhavopaya. Unclutching, Ajapa Japa, all these are Shambhavopaya. I sincerely recommend all devotees, if you are new to my Sangha and my satsangs, please watch some of my satsangs on unclutching and start practicing Ajapa Japa and unclutching. See, Ajapa Japa means without chanting, without using your tongue, keeping the mantra alive, repeating itself in the level of walk in your deep throat. In the deep throat itself is keeping the mantra alive, is Ajapa Japa. Through your witnessing consciousness, one part of you witnesses, the other part of you is chanting that mantra, repeating it without moving your tongue or your voluntary involvement. I can give you 5 options. Om, just Pranava. Om. Om. You don't even need to make noise. Om. Mandukya Upanishad declares this is the most powerful sadhana. Then next, just Shiva, 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 Shiva. It is not just mantra alone. Paramashiva himself. Third, Shivaya Nama or Shivoham. Shivaya Nama or Shivoham. Shivaya Nama, Shivaya Nama, Shivaya Nama, Shivaya Nama. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Fourth, Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham. Fifth, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Any of this, you can go on be doing ajapa japa. You will experience Shambhavopaya. Understand? Listen carefully. Sometimes you can use Om, sometimes even Shiva, sometimes Paramashivoham. You can mix all these 5 at different times and practice also. It's not wrong. All 5 of this. Actually 6 mantra because I added Shivaya Nama and Shivoham both. All 6 of this are in same frequency. Any one of these or mixture of this you can do for ajapa ajapa. Sometimes you can just be doing Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Sometimes Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. See, the longer the mantra will keep you more aware. But at one time when you become deeply silent, you may not need so many syllables. So at that time it can just merge into Om Nityananda Paramashivoham can merge into Paramashivoham, then it can merge into Shivoham, then it can merge into Shiva, then it can merge into Om. Nothing wrong. Shambhavopaya. Just by the thoughtlessness of unclutching or ajapa japa, manifesting the state, space, powers and being of Paramashiva is Shambhavopaya. Listen carefully. The fourth one is too important. You need to attentively listen. Anupaya means the methodless method. The definition of the word Anupaya from Malini Vijaya Tantra is initiation. Just by initiation of the Guru, you manifest the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva, superconsciousness of Paramashiva, Kailasa of Paramashiva. That is Anupaya. Listen. Listen. Anupaya is simply Guru's grace. Shaktipada, Shaktinipada, initiation. That's it. Sheer initiation of the Guru can give you everything you need and make you manifest the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva, superconsciousness of Paramashiva, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Everything you need. So these 4 upayas, Anavopaya, working on your body, mind, detoxing yourself from all the parasites, microbes, and manifesting Paramashiva. Saktopaya, using powerful conscious cognition, coming to powerful conclusions, and through the powerful cognitions ferociously manifesting Paramashivatva. Manifesting Paramashiva through powerful cognition is Shaktopaya. Shambhavopaya is unclutching, manifesting Paramashiva through unclutching Ajapa Japa. Anupaya is manifesting Paramashiva just by initiation, blessings, grace of the Guru. That's it. It is the Anupaya I used when I did the Kailasa courtyard power manifestation sessions. Just by the sheer Guru's grace and initiation, everyone started manifesting powers. Anupaya is the method I use through which the Kailasa courtyard power manifestation sessions are done. It's a historical happening. Fortunately, we have video record of everything. I think around 2 months or 3 months I did. Fortunately, we have the video record of all the 2-3 months of that Kailasa courtyard power manifestation sessions. There are nothing, no technique, methodology is used. Just I'll initiate and everyone will start manifesting. The pure Anupaya, methodless method was used just by initiation. All the disciples manifest Paramashiva. For every problem, all these 4 methods can find solution. Through all these 4 methods, we can find solution. Through these all 4 methods, we can find liberation from all problems. We can find ultimate solution, enlightenment for all problems through all these 4 methods. I'll continue to expand on all these great truths in further satsangs. Now with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaida Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailas of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षि सुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्रीचिह्न काहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमत कलभ केसरी शैव सिद्धान्त स्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराज पाण्ड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपण शाक्यादि महान्धकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्हध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ श्रीजगद्गुरु श्रीज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परम्परागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत काञ्ची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमङ्गल नित्यकल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परम्परागत आदि कैलास नित्यानन्द पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तः साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परम्परागत वैवस्वत मनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चन्द्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचन्द्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ति परम्परागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मण्डित चतुष्षष्टि सम्प्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूडामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामण्डलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरो श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्यवर्य सच्चिदानन्द प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रीलश्री भगवच्छ्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव श्री ज्ञानसम्बन्ध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।